Welcome to my Facebook Live. This is Tuesday, March 18th. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I am April Davis. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I live in Spring Hill, Kansas. Thank you for joining me. If you are watching, please do say hello. I love it when you say hello, where you're watching from. I have so much to chat with you guys about today. I want to share the 3 cards because the 3 cards for the to-go class are so much fun, and I can't wait to show you those. But those of you that have been following me know that I just returned actually yesterday from Raleigh, North Carolina. I was there for a Stampin' Up event on stage where we celebrate everybody's activity, and we get training, and we see new product, and more importantly, we have a new catalog. I'm looking around because I don't even know where to start to show you. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to bring myself up and my desktop up, and I'll start there just to kind of share with you what happens when we first go in. So let me send this over. And basically, when you register, when you check in, you get your name badge, the different events that you're participating in. Obviously, I'm from the US, but we had people from Canada, we had people from France. There were 2 other on stages going on at the same time. So people were visiting from different places. And then we get our ribbons, what level we're at, where we qualified for sales, where we qualified for team building, and where we qualified for leadership. And then we get these fun pins that we collect every year. So this was for on stage this year, and this was a little coffee cup and a little star. And what was fun is you could have conversation with other people who had the same pins you did. Not all of us had the same pins, so that made it a lot of fun. So let me bring in the star of on stage, and that was our catalog. Let me see if I can come out just a little bit so that it's not quite so big. We'll pull it down a little bit. But I'm excited about this new catalog. I think you guys will be too. Lots of fun product in it. It's not a thick catalog. It's about what it was last time, but it's been reorganized, so I'm really excited about that. They've got designer series paper together, and they've got dies together, and everything's organized together, whereas the last catalog, not so much. But remember, we've got what comes out on our annual catalog, and then we're always getting new online product. And then of course, our mini catalog that we're working from right now expires, if you will, the end of April. The new catalog goes into effect in May. And it's just a lot of fun goodness. So another thing that happens in the new year, I'm going to move this out. And actually, as time goes on, I'm going to be sharing some sneak peeks into the catalog. Can't open the catalog for you, but I can show you some things. The first thing that I'm going to share with you are the new ink colors. So every 2 years, Stampin' Up brings out new ink colors. So these ink colors for the new 2025-2027 year are going to be, this is Timid Tiger, this is Strawberry Slush, we have Secret Sea, this is a beautiful blue, we have Darling Duckling, and we have Cloud Cover. Kind of it's a blue, but it's kind of a gray blue. So we were able to do some fun things with that. In addition to that, we had a little activity that we did where we went around and we identified the colors. We were able to stamp in the various colors. There's markers that come out in the colors. And you're probably noticing that the cloud cover ink is not here. There was a little bit of a problem with that. They're working on it. It was darker than it was supposed to be, or grayer than it was supposed to be. So perhaps by the time the catalog's released, they'll have that figured out. But for us at On Stage, they pulled them. Additionally, Stampin' Up is bringing all of our colors into 12 by 12, and they're going to be 2-sided. So for example, if I turn this around, if you look at just the yellow itself, you can see the dark and the light. This is one sheet of paper, but it's 2-sided. The other fun thing with the paper is that you can sand it. So this is sanded. You can tear it. We've got a white core, so it makes it fun to tear. And then I also crinkled it up, and it's fun to add some texture to your cards as well. So we have that. Let me see what else I can share with you. Oh, okay, I'm going to come back to it because there's so much I want to share. So we had a new stamp set that we were introduced to at our Make and Takes. And I'm going to take myself down just because I don't want to be in the way. Let me see. There we go. So you guys can see things. But this is the new stamp set. It's called Layered Thoughts. It's very thick, and you can see how it stamps. I really, really like this. But what they had us do for our Make and Takes is they had a kit called Celebration Expressions. And basically, I'm going to pull this out so you can see. But the Celebration Expressions are card friends. And so basically what we did is we took this one, let me see. We took this one and laid it down on our card front with a note card. Then we took this one and tore it, and then we stamped on it. How fun is that? Same thing with this one. We just took this little one, tore it, and then was able to stamp on it. And then if you look through here, there were other things that we could do as far as, let me see, I'm looking for the banners. We could trim those out and make that card. So it was easy enough for us to be able to all sit around tables of 10, and we were all crafting together. But aren't those cute cards? I love the way those cards turned out. And it was just utilizing this. All right, and this stamp set called Layered Thoughts. All right, let me show you a couple of other things. I'm going fast. I will be showing you more and more as we go along. But I want to make sure that I have time to get to the cards too. All right. I was part of a prize patrol. Everybody got to participate in the prize patrol, but I participated in the prize patrol and I won this stamp set. It's called Along These Lines. And this is really interesting because literally it's a line that draws, for example, I'm going to call that a whale, a rose, a tiger, a puppy, a bike. Maybe this is a dolphin. Cake, bird, heart. So this is going to be fun playing with it. It's a photopolymer stamp set, but it is along these lines. Another one that we had an after hours crafting event, and I selected to go with the Turtly Awesome. I love turtles, and this is our turtle the turtles for this particular stamp set. This is also photopolymer, but I wanted to show you just a couple of the cards that I created with this stamp set. This one's on its back holding flowers, a microphone. Here's another one that's just got flowers here for you always. So we had a lot of fun playing with these as well. And then it also comes with dies. We didn't use the dies, but it does come with dies. And in the catalog, you'll find that it also comes with designer series paper, so the dies will actually fit that. So as soon as I get that in, because yes, I have placed my pre-order, so I can start showing you some things. But as soon as we get this in, I'll share that with you because this is going to be a fun little set to play with. So those are the things that I want to show you now. I'm actually going to come back to you for just a second, and I'm going to see if I can do this. But one of the gifts that we received when we checked in was this incredible bag. This bag is so big. The material, I'm going to liken it to what like your Crocs are made out of. And let me see if I can get this. I'm not following the camera correctly. Let me see. Can you see the Stampin' Up logo on it? So nice bag. It has 2 sets of handles on it, and it has an insert that you can pull out. This insert, oh my goodness. This insert's got lots of different pockets and things in it, so you can certainly use it to carry things around. It fits right in, but if you don't, then you've got a nice little beach bag. So we received that, and then in addition to that, we received this notebook, clipboard notebook. So it opens up, it's got a fun pad in it for us to be able to take notes, a little pocket to store our notes. I can't work this camera. But isn't that fun? So they spoil us. They really do spoil us. So those were just a few of the things I'm going to give you highlights to today because I do want to get going and show you what else we've got going. So I lost my website page, so let me pull that back up again, and then I'll share with you. So today is a to-go class. The class in itself is free. It's a free to-go class. You get to watch me create these cards here on my Facebook Live, and then later it will be uploaded to YouTube. So when you watch my to-go class, last week, if you were watching, you remember that I started doing door prize drawings. So I wanted to say congratulations to Sandy and Schoenberger, who actually won the door prize for last week. So Sandy won the Celebrate Love Mix and Match ephemera pack, and then she also won, I don't know if you can see that or not in the camera, but the Stripes and Florals Mix and Match cards and envelopes. So she can create a number of cards with the ephemera and the envelopes. So Sandy, congratulations. I will have another door prize drawing today. So after the video is over, or after my Facebook Live is over, the link will post probably about 3:30 Central Standard Time. Click on the link, fill out the information, and you will be entered into the door prize drawing. For those of you that are not watching Facebook Live, this will get uploaded to YouTube, and there will be a link in the description for YouTube for you to also enter the door prize drawing. So I hope you guys will all take advantage of that. I love being able to give away fun stuff. So be sure to do that. Also, this is a to-go class, like I was saying, so I want to bring up my website for just a second, just to help you guys to see where you need to go. If you're not familiar with it, go out to aprildaviscreations.com. And then when you get to my website, go to classes and clubs, come down to go classes, and it will explain. Let me see, is it coming up? It's spinning. It's taking its time. Oh, there we go. And it will explain everything that you need to know about the to-go classes. And here's a sneak peek of the cards that we're going to be making. But everything's there. The class itself is free. If you want the kit to create the cards that I'm showing you how to create in this class, if you want that kit for free, all you need to do is place an order in my online store and utilize the host code that I have down here. All right, what else do I want to tell you? One more thing. This is the last chance, we've got a couple more days, to order the Crafting Happiness Monthly Card Club, to subscribe to that. So I'm clicking on that. All the information is here. You are going to receive a kit so that you can create these lovely, lovely cards. I'm going to show them to you. You'll make 2 of each. You get all the product that you need. The only thing that I'm not going to provide is anything that's part of the bundle, because I can't do stamping for you. But all the information is there. So let me bring this back up and I'll give you a really quick peek as to what is involved in that. So you're going to receive this designer series paper. This is actually vellum. It's called the Floral and Gingham Vellum. So pretty. You're going to receive a 6x12 pack of vellum. In addition to that, you're going to receive a bolt of the white ribbon. And you're also going to receive the party dots, a package of party dots. So you have everything you need to create the cards in the kit and then some. We are featuring the Memorable Blooms bundle. So you're going to want to make sure that you have the bundle and the dies, so that you can create the cards like I've created them. If you haven't, or you're not interested in this bundle, but you've got something that's very similar, you can still use this kit with all the materials that I'm providing, because you're going to get the card stock as well. And you can create these fun cards. So here's card number 1 that you're going to create, card number 2, card number 3, and card number 4. How fun is that? Registration, or the subscription registration, ends on March 20th. So you've got a couple more days. All right, let's look at the cards that we're making today. Oh my goodness, it's so fun. This is what a wonderful day. This is one fine day. And this one is, oh, what a day. How fun is that? We are utilizing the, where's my stamp set. I know it's here, guys. It's here. I have all my stuff that I was sharing with all of you guys, and now I don't know where my stamp set is. I need my stamp set. I pulled the stamps out. It's called, why isn't it here? Give me just a second. The space isn't that big. It's not that big. Why would I? Hold on. This is crazy, crazy. These are all from well, hopefully it'll show up soon. The good news is I pulled all the stamps out of it that I need to use. So if we find it, I'll show you what it is. But I'm also pairing that with the Wildflower Birthday DSP. So the stamp set is like, oh, what a day. And then the DSP that we're using is Wildflower DSP. It's a specialty paper. But I wanted to show this to you guys because this is pretty cool stuff. I don't know if you can see the gold as I kind of flip this, the gold that's in it. And then you've got the back side. And then here's some more gold. Oh, so fun. The back side of that one. And we've got this one. The back side. So pretty. More gold. This is why they call it a specialty paper. And then the back side of that, isn't that a fun print? Then you've got tags that you can cut out. So you've got tags with tabs on them, or you can cut these out individually to place on your card. And then the back side is just a flowered print. In addition to that, though, you have little punch outs like ephemera. And so today we're going to be using a number of these. I'm going to mix and match the cards up just a little bit because when I do the kits, you're going to get a mixture of these. They're not going to be the exact ones that I'm showing you. They will be, but you're going to get a mixture of them because there's only so many tags or ephemera on it. But in the DSP kit, you're going to get 2 sheets of each of the designer series paper, and then you're going to get 2 sheets of the ephemera. So let me move this out of the way, and I actually can start creating these cards. I just hope my stamp set shows up soon. I don't know where it went. So let's go ahead and let's start with this card. So let me go ahead and pull that kit out. Let's see, it is this one. So today we have the basic white cardstock. I have another sheet of basic white cardstock that we're going to utilize. I cut a different DSP. You can see that I used the pink plaid on this one. This time I'm using the flowers ones. And I used the Nested Essential dies. I'm excited to say that the Nested Essential dies are coming back in the new catalog. This is a staple in my craft room. So excited to be able to share that. And then this is a piece of ephemera that I cut. And then to save time, I'm going to show you this, but I did some fussy cutting on the day. So there is a stamp. Hold on just a second. Let me move this stuff out of the way so I can get to it. It may be, I'll find the stamp set while I'm doing this because I stacked everything up over here. There's a stamp that is day. You see that? So basically what I did is I stamped day and then I cut it apart and I created 3 separate letters because that's how I'm going to create my card. So let me move this over to the side again. Still not finding that stamp set. Isn't that strange? So strange. All right. It's okay. It's all good. Still looking. So weird. I don't know where it went. But we're going to create anyway. So let me go ahead and we're going to get started on this. We do need to do some stamping, and I'm going to take the piece of basic white we're going to build our layer on. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of lay my garland down or my tassels down, and I want to stamp "What a Wonderful Day" in, sorry about that, peach pie. Peach pie is what I use to stamp day. Peach pie is the color in the designer series paper. So we're going to go ahead and do peach pie on What a Wonderful Day. So let me go ahead and get my Stampin' Pierce mat out so that I've got a nice little cushion. And basically what I'm going to do is stamp What a Wonderful Day at the top in the center. So let's go ahead and get this inked up. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over. Since it's a little bit longer, it's going to be easier for me to make sure that I get it's inked up by doing it like that. And you can see I got a little bit on the edges, so I'm just going to go ahead. I don't think I'm going to have any issues with it, but I'm going to wipe those off just to make sure. Then what I can do is I can bring this down. I'm going to take What a Wonderful Day. I'm going to center it at the top. I think we've got it, and I'm just going to stamp. All right, once I know that it's transferred, I can lift it up, and there we go. What a wonderful, and then the day is going to be what we're going to put on the other part. So let me clean this off real quick. I'm going to use my Simply Chamois, get that cleaned off. Okay. And then what we can do is we can do our banner or our tassels that are going to go right here. I'm actually going to pop those up with dimensionals, but before we do that, let's go ahead and put our designer series paper down. So I'm going to just go ahead and center the designer series paper on this card base. I'm going to use my Tombow glue for that. We're going to center it and put it towards the bottom. So I'm going to pick this up just because it's easier for me to look at it side to side, make sure it's fairly straight. Okay, we've got that. Now what we can do is we can bring in our day, and we're going to put our day down, and I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this, and then I'm going to start centering with the letter A. So let me get my dimensionals on. So, whoops, let's see, here, here.
Hey, babe.
Honey, I'm recording. My husband's home. He forgot that I had a to-go class. So, let me do this and this. All right. Then let's go ahead and get our A down. And I'm going to go ahead and get it centered right here. Okay, and then we'll do our D. Get it down. I'm going to take down that Abel Davis Creations. All right, and then we're going to put this here. Actually, I think I'm going to move my A up because I have it down so low. So let me see, I've only got the one dimensional, so I can go ahead and move that up. And then I've got my Y. And I've got those, I've got them off on 2. Okay, and we'll put the Y over here. So I'm gonna turn my A a little bit. All right, now let me see, I've got some little mini dimensionals. I'm gonna try to pull those out. Yes, because I want to put them behind our, actually I might not need mini dimensionals. I want to put them behind our tassels. So I'm going to put one here, here, behind each one of them. These cards are really quite easy to make. It's just a layering process, if you will. All right, so moving those out of the way. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick to help me get the backs off. And this one. Put it in the bin. Turn this around. And then I'm going to get it centered on here. I'm going to try to do this without it sticking too much, so I get it where I want it. I'm okay with that. And then we're going to take and place that on top of our card base. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that and use my bone folder to garnish it closed. And I'm gonna go ahead, it's not popped up. You could pop it up if you wanted to, but I'm just gonna go ahead and lay this down. Okay, so we'll get this centered up. How pretty is that? I love that. And I'm so glad that I'm able to show you it in different colors. So let me take my snips. This is hanging over just a little bit. So now I can take my snips and I can just trim that up so it's all even. Move these out of the way. And then I have these little party dots. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put some party dots down on this and then we will be done. So let's do one here, and let me see, I'm gonna do one here. Just kind of making it up as I go. And then I'm gonna take a pink one, and I'm gonna put it over here. And let's see, we'll do another, let me see, I want another blue one. Let's put the blue one here. And one more, because I like to go with odd numbers. So I'm gonna do another pink, and this time I'm gonna do my pink up here. Okay, so here we go. This is card number one. Let me move this out of the way. We have card number one, and you can see it's a little bit different than the previous one I did, but how fun was that? So fun. All right, so let's go ahead and we are going to move on to card number two. So let me bring this one in. So this one is One Fine Day. Basically what I did is I took Blueberry Bushel and made that my card base. Then I took a second piece of Blueberry Bushel and I embossed it, and I embossed it with the Eyelet 3D embossing folder. So we have some interest, some texture going on. Isn't that pretty? And then I took the Designer Series paper. I'm going to use the back side of the Designer Series paper. But what I want to point out is how there's white dots in here. This was fun. This was kind of a happy mistake. It wasn't really a mistake. I just didn't know it was going to do it. But I'll show you on this one. Can you see the dots, the Blueberry Bushel dots? That's because the ink covered up the white. So where there was white, I got dots from the ink. So what I'm doing on this, because I wanted to make sure that I got a nice, deep stamp, is I brought out my stamp positioner. Now, this stamp positioner was once upon a time in the Stampin' Up! Catalog. It is no more. There are a number of stamp positioners that you can get online. My Sweet Petunia has a stamp positioner. There are a number of them. It's a staple in my studio, and you'll see why it comes in handy. So I'm using it even though you don't have to use it. You could just take a block and use your block to do your stamping. So you don't have to have the stamp positioner. I like the stamp positioner because I like the fact that I can restamp if I need to. So I've got this down. I'm going to take the lid and I'm just going to pick up my stamp now. So the lid becomes the base, or my block, if you will. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Blueberry Bushel ink and I'm going to ink up my day. Make sure I get it nice and inky. It's moving just a little bit. I hope it didn't move too much. I didn't get it stuck down. Oh, well, that's not the way that it's supposed to happen. All right, we are going to improvise. We're still going to use this. But what I'm going to need to do, crazy things happen. Even when you're on camera, crazy things do happen. So let me go ahead and I'm going to get this cleaned up. And we are going to start again. I only have the one piece that I cut, so I'm going to use it. It's going to be fine. But let me get this cleaned up. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean off the back of my stamp. I was using this stamp quite a bit. So sometimes if you get any kind of dust or anything on the back of your stamp, sometimes perhaps it won't clean quite the way you want it to clean. So we're gonna start again so that I can make sure that we get this adhered the way that we want it adhered. So I'm gonna replace it. And I'm going to come back again with my lid. I can tell it's sticking way better because it pulled my paper up. So let me get this lined up again. Double check it didn't move. I'm gonna press this down just to make sure I've got good contact. I'm gonna check this out. And let me see, I wanna see something. It looks like my Y is leaning just a tad. So I'm gonna try to bring it up a little bit. What I'm doing is I'm lining it up with the dots. So, okay, that looks better. Making sure I've got good adherence. And we're gonna do this again. So we're gonna go in and we are going to ink it up. It's a large piece. So I can feel the pull on my stamp pad. I'm gonna go ahead and press this down. And I've got another tool that I use. It's kind of like, you could use like a dry erase board eraser, but basically what it does is it allows me to make sure that I'm getting good connection with all of the stamp. So we've got that down. I'm gonna lift this back up. And for all practical purposes, I could call this good. It's moved just a tiny bit. I'm gonna put it back in place. And I would like to make that just a little bit darker. And I'm just making sure that I've got it back in the same place, because that's what happens with the stamp positioner is you can have it, then it will go back to the same place. So I'm gonna ink this up again. And I'm gonna place it down. The stamp positioner also comes in handy when you are doing multiple cards, mass producing your cards. All right, so there we go. We've got our day. I'm gonna move this over. Let me clean this off real quick because this is a big stamp. I think my fingers are gonna probably turn blueberry because of the way that I'm handling my chamois. I think I've got another chamois here. I'm gonna have to switch after using all this blue. Because you saw I lifted it up and was cleaning that way. Not too bad. I've got a thumb that is blue. Not too bad. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the one fine. I'm gonna do the same thing, only this time I'm gonna make sure that the backs of this is cleaned as well because like I said, I did make a number of cards. So now what I can do is I can take my one fine, I put my card back, and I'm going to line it up right about here. So I have one fine day. Okay, and then I'm gonna pull this day off and we'll put it off to the side and I'm gonna pick this one up. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing. Make sure everything's where I want it to be. I'm gonna go ahead and ink this up. Press this down. Oh, my stamp pad needs to be out of the way. There we go. If I wanted to, I could give it one more inking just to make sure I get it nice and dark. Okay, there we go. We've got that with our little bit of oops on it. So let's go ahead and get this cleaned up. Same thing. Get that cleaned up. And then I also had some at the top here. I'm gonna put my day back in here so I don't lose it. And then I'm gonna move this off to the side so that we can finish creating this card. All right, so off to the side this goes. And I'm gonna close up my blueberry ink before I make a mess. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my ribbon. This is just white ribbon, and I'm gonna do a couple things. I wanna make sure this ink is not gonna transfer. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut enough of this ribbon to just go around the card the one time. So I'm gonna use my ribbon snips that I have right here. And I'm gonna cut this off. And then what I can do is I can take it and I can wrap it around my card. And I'm just gonna use tape. You could use Stampin' Seal. I'm just gonna use my cellophane tape that I have right here. So I'm gonna take this side down. And then once I have that down, I'm just gonna kind of lift it up and bring, I think I want it to go down just a little bit. Maybe, do I want it to go down a little bit further? Maybe just a tiny bit further. So let me lift this up and I'm gonna bring this down just a little bit further. So probably right about here, I'm thinking. We'll wrap this around. It's probably a little bit more than I wanted, but that's okay. We'll go with that. And then once I get that wrapped around, then I can go ahead and wrap it this way. All right, let me see. I thought I had comments. I do have comments up. If anybody's watching, be sure to say hello. And then I'm gonna actually tie a bow on it, but I'm gonna wait until it's a little bit sturdier. So I'm gonna take this piece now and I'm gonna glue it to my basic white piece. So we've got that. Then I can get this centered on my basic white. Okay. Get that centered. Very good, very good. Okay, now what I can do is I can take some more of my ribbon and I'm gonna take enough that I can continue recording. I'm gonna continue recording. I don't know why I got a message that it's not working. If I lose you guys, watch me on YouTube, but I'm gonna continue recording just in case we get dropped. That way at least I'll still have a recording of this. All right, so I'm gonna tie my bow now. I don't know why it does that. That's happened to me a couple of times and I'm not sure what's happening. I don't know if it's internet or I don't know. But I'm hoping that if you guys can't hear me or we got disconnected, it's still recording so you guys can watch it on YouTube. All right, so now I have my ribbon, my bow. Trying to make it just a little bit smaller. I'm gonna tighten it up. And then I'm gonna take my snips and I'm going to just snip off my ends here. Like so. There we go. And now what I can do is I'm gonna put dimensionals on the back of this and I'm going to adhere it to my card. My blueberry bushel layer. Okay, so we've got this. I'm going to adhere this. Let me use my take your pick. I like that better. Okay, everything's off. We're going to adhere it to the blueberry bushel layer that's been embossed. And let me see. I am actually going to put a little bit of glue on the back of this. You've seen me do this before. I'm not very good about getting things straight. So if I put glue on the back of my dimensionals, it gives me a little bit of wiggle room so that I can move things around if I need to. So let me pick this up and see if I need to do any wiggling. And let's see, got my wiggling done. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and we're going to adhere it to the main blueberry bushel card base. So I'm gonna do this. Move these out of the way. So we've got room here, up. And then we're going to adhere this by gluing it down. Oops, this one hasn't stuck yet. Come on, you need to adhere. The glue is keeping it a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this down. Okay, make sure I get this down where I need it to. it up. Okay. We'll let this adhere. And then I'm going to bring in these gems. They're called iridescent faceted gems. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And let's see, I want to put one up here. And we'll put one over here. And then I'll take another one and we're going to put it probably right about here. So now we have this card finished. Something's happening. Hopefully it's recording okay, but we've got this card finished. We do have our little faux pas that we've got going on. But other than that, it turned out really, really cute. So there we go. That is card number 2. All right, let's move on to card number 3. Card number 3 is a fun card. It's kind of a fun fold. So it pulls up like this, and it says, "Oh, what a," and then you open this up, and it says day. So you can put a little message here if you want to, but mostly you can put your message there. So just fun. All right, so let me show you what is in this one. Move this stuff out of the way. And I'm going to bring this in. We're going to use the Pretty in Pink. And I've got some basic white. And I have some ephemera. Instead of using balloons like we did on this card, we're going to use the flowers. I've got pieces of Designer Series paper cut for the card. I have a tag that was actually die cut from the Greetings of the Season dies. It's this one here, but we're going to trim it off. So we've got that one. And then we've got day. And I stamped it the same way. I just stamped it 3 different times and then took one of each. So let me, if I could find my stamp set. Where's my stamp set? Oh, well, basically what I've done is I've taken the day and I've taken the D off of the blueberry. This was done in Pool Party, and this one was done in Pretty in Pink. So I have another DA in Pretty in Pink. You know, so I've got 2 more days that I can use. It looks like my Facebook stream has ended and I've been disconnected. Oh no. Okay, well, sorry guys. I have no idea why that happened, but rather than stop, I'm going to keep recording because it says I'm still recording. So you guys can skip over to YouTube and watch me on YouTube. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this in half like a normal card base. So I've cut it the long way, so it's 11 by 4 1/4. And then I've scored it again. Half of 5 1/2 is 2 3/4. So I'm going to fold this back. Okay. So now it's going to work like this, which means that I'm going to take my Designer Series paper and I'm going to put some Designer Series paper on the front. And then I'm going to open it up and I'm going to put some Designer Series paper on the inside and I'm just going to flip it over so we've got a variety. I could have done it the other way around, but we're going to do it this way. Actually, is this adhered tight? I'm kind of thinking let me see. Is the flowers going to, the flowers are going to kind of compete with this. So here's what we're going to do. This is just a last minute thought, but I have a staple in my craft room. It's called Undo Remover. And this actually allows me to remove items that I have glued down that I have decided that either I've put them down wrong or I want to change my mind. So I'm going to go ahead and lift this off. And because I did that, it will dry. It looks wet right now in comparison, but it will dry. But look, it did not ruin my paper. So I'm going to put this off to the side. And I'm going to take my cardstock, and you can see where it's wet, but it's going to dry. So I'm just going to flip it in the wind a little bit while it's drying. But now what I can do is I've got some glue on the back here. I'm actually going to put this piece up at the top. And the reason I'm doing that, and I didn't think about it before when I was adhering my Designer Series paper, but I don't want my flowers to compete with the designer series paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this piece at the top. And then what I can do is I can take this piece, which is almost dried. I'm gonna give it a little bit more. And look, all that darkness, this is almost gone. So let me put a little bit more here. I love the undo. Love it, love it, love it. You can order it on Amazon. It saves me all the time. All right, so I'm gonna put this down here. Get it centered up. Okay. And then this piece, we're gonna fold it in half. So let me go ahead and get it burnished. And it's gonna go centered here. So this is gonna fold down like this, and my flowers are gonna go there. So let me go ahead and get this down. Okay, get that centered the way that I need it. I'm going to fold this down, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere my flowers. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. All right, so basically what I want to do is I want to keep the glue above where my fingers are. So I'm going to go here, and then I can just go ahead and put my glue on. And I'm just staying above my fingers. Okay. And then put this right about here. Making sure I don't have any glue there. Okay, so we've got the flowers down now. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the inside of the card for now. And I am going to, let's double check this. I'm going to lay down this strip. Which strip do I want to lay down? Yeah, I want to lay down this strip. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this down. Then I have some stamping that I need to do. But let's go ahead and get this piece down. So just a little bit from the bottom, just a little bit. You, of course, will get the tutorial that will give you all the dimensions and everything used. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of these letters. So that we can get them adhered. So a couple here. I'm going to go ahead and put a couple on my A. I only put one on my A last time, and I felt like it was a little wobbly. And then my Y, and I've got here. Okay, so first things first, we're going to start with the A because it goes in the center, and then I can put the other letters around it. So let me go ahead and add this, and I just want to see, yep, just right above. So I'm going to do probably right about there for my A. Is that straight? Kind of, sort of. There we go. And then we'll do the D. We'll put it right here. Okay. And then our Y. And we're going to put it right about here. Okay, so we have day here. Now what we need to do is on the inside here, we're going to put, I decided we're going to do a perfect day. The balloon was, oh, what a day, but let's do a perfect day since we're changing this up. So I'm going to bring my stamp pad back in again. And I'm going to use blueberry. I want a nice contrast. So I'm going to use the blueberry ink. And let me see. Yes. All right. So let me ink that up. And I'm going to place it this way. And I'm going to center that in towards the end. So we'll get that stamped. Okay, so we have A perfect. Let me clean this off, and then because A perfect was so much smaller than oh what a day, I decided I was going to use the heart as well. The heart does come in the stamp set. So let me get this heart inked up. I want to make sure I got plenty of ink on it. I'm looking through the block, and then I'm just going to place the heart here. Stamp that up. A perfect day. And then what we'll do, clean that off, get this blueberry ink closed up, is I'm going to snip the end of this off. So I'm just going to do a quick snip here, and then what we'll do is we'll adhere this right here. How fun is that? All right, so let's do that. Angle it. I like that little flower, so I don't want to cover it up too much. So let me get this down. And then the last thing we're going to do, because now we have our flowers, we have a perfect, and then we have day here. I am going to bring back in our party dots, and I think I'm going to use, am I going to use all of them? I'm not really seeing any blue in the flowers. So, but I do have flowers, or the blue, the pool party in my day. So I don't know. Let's think about this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start putting little party dots around here. So let's see, let's come down here. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and continue to use the blue, or the pool party, if you will. So I'm gonna put some here, okay? And then I'm gonna take another pink, and let's see, let's put one here. And then I'll take another yellow, let's do a little yellow. And I'm gonna put it maybe right here. Okay, and then I do have, let me see, where's my little envelope? I should have had, where's my little envelope? Oh, here we go. I had some little flowers in here. I think I'm going to only use one of them, but what I want to do is I want to put it right down here on my day to just kind of spruce that up. So let me take just a little bitty dimensional, bring my little dimensionals in. And let me see, this is going to be my top. Is this the way I want it to go? Or do I want it to go this way? I don't know. Let's put it right about here. And then I can put a dot of glue behind this one. Oops, I know you guys can't see. Here we go. And then I'm going to kind of add it right here. So it's going to be popped up as it's falling off of the Y. And then we're just gonna do the one. So let me move this stuff out of the way. And we have card number 3. How fun is that? Lift it up, a perfect day. How fun. This ephemera. Oh, we've got one more thing I wanna do. I didn't use the gold like I did on the balloons. How pretty are those? Oh my goodness. All right, I do have some gold twisted thread. So let's go ahead and do that, just to add a little bit more pizzazz to this. So I'm gonna do a double knot. So let me go ahead and get enough that I can do a good, or not a double knot, but a double bow. So I'm gonna fold this in half, take my ribbon snips and trim that off. And then we'll go ahead and get our bow tied. So let's go ahead and, oops, do that. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh, it lost it. Try it again. I've got a little bit of glue on my fingers and it's not wanting to let go of things. There we go. Okay, so this is the end. I'm gonna bring this down. Can you tell I'm thinking out loud with you guys? All right, bring this in. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, these are my tails. So let me take this and cut this, and then I'll trim these up. And then I have a glue dot here. And let's see. Oh, that'll be so pretty. So pretty. All right, so we have a little bow right here already. So let's go ahead and we're gonna put a glue dot. I'm gonna do a couple glue dots, make it thick. I'm gonna put the glue dot right here. And then I can take my knot and I can place it right over the glue dot. Tuck that in, and there we go. All right, how pretty is that? So, card number 3. Let me move this stuff out of the way. I'm gonna bring the other cards back in. All right, so we have these. Let's see if I keep them in window. And then we have the One Fine Day. Okay. And then we have, actually it's What a Wonderful Day. So we made the yellow today. I did the pink earlier for display. So aren't those fun? And this was made with, why can't I find that stamp set? How does a stamp set like disappear? I had it because I had to take the stamps out of it. But I'm not sure. I'm looking behind me. I do not see it anywhere. That is so weird. Anyway, it's called What a Day. It's called What a Day. Anyway, and I paired it with the specialty Wildflower Birthday DSP. So if you're interested in this kit, and I'm going to come back and see you guys. If you're interested in the class, and the kit for the class was free. The kit I will share with you free as well when you place an order in my online store. You just have to go to aprildaviscreations.com and I will send you enough product in your kit for you to make 6 cards, 2 of each card. The ephemeral will be a variety, but you'll be able to utilize it and create the cards that I've just shared with you. And you'll also get a written tutorial as well. So thank you again for joining me. I am so sorry about the technical difficulties. I hope that this is still recording. It says that it is. So I'm not going to worry about it, even though I lost you on Facebook. Please come back and see me on YouTube. Don't forget about the door prize drawing. I'm going to put a link in the description. There'll be one on Facebook, but there's also a link in the description on YouTube. Fill out your door prize form, and when you do that, you'll go into a drawing to win something special. And what else? I am expecting my product tomorrow, my new product from the catalog tomorrow. So next week when we meet, I'll have some sneak peeks for you as well. So thank you so much, and I will see you guys next week. Take care. Bye.